I wanted to record a quick video to help you as you're completing your notes on Chapter 11, which is on meiosis and types of reproduction. And so that's what we're going to do today. The first thing we're going to look at actually is a little bit of a backtrack, looking at types of asexual reproduction. So the one that we looked at in our last chapter was mitosis. This is what we did our Oreo lab on, and looking at how mitosis and cytokinesis happens to take one parent cell and divide it into two identical daughter cells. Our bodies do this for growth and repair, and lots of other cells do it as well, single-celled organisms like algae. And the key type of cell that doesn't do this would be bacteria, but all the other cells, which are eukaryotic, will go through mitosis. Another type of asexual reproduction is binary fission, and this is what bacteria go through to make two new identical cells from a parent cell. And we call bacteria prokaryotes, and this is how they reproduce. Another type of asexual reproduction is fragmentation. An example of an organism that can do this is a starfish. If you cut off the leg of a starfish, it can grow another one. And also, if the piece of the leg that you cut off is big enough, that leg can also reproduce into a brand new starfish. Another organism that can do this are several types of worms, like an earthworm. If you cut it in half, it will grow into two different worms. Another type of asexual reproduction is budding. So here we have a picture of a hydra, and here is the baby, or the budding hydra, coming off of the parent. And another organism that goes through budding is actually yeast, red yeast that we've used in several of our labs this year. They also bud to make more yeast. All right, and the last type of asexual reproduction that we'll look at is parthenogenesis. This is where a mother actually essentially fertilizes her own egg to have young, and this can actually happen in several types of lizards under. Okay, so now that we've gone through types of asexual reproduction, let's take just a quick look at sexual reproduction and how it can be different than asexual reproduction. One of the things for sexual reproduction is that you need two parents, not just one, and usually each of the parents have cells that have undergone meiosis, and they've made gametes, and those gametes are haploid, which means they only have one set of chromosomes instead of the normal two. But when those two gametes or two haploid cells come together, fertilization happens, and the new cell is back to being diploid, or having two sets of chromosomes, one from mom and one from dad. All right, now the organisms that can go through sexual reproduction are most of the plants and animals, and of course people as well. Now, how are the offspring by sexual reproduction different from asexual reproduction? Well, they're different from the parents. Now, they'll have some similarities. You might say, someone might say to you, oh, you look just like your mom or your dad, but you're going to be different than your parents. So you won't be clones of your parents. And in sexual reproduction, the offspring are not clones of the parents. And this is actually can strengthen a population. It increases the diversity, and usually in a population, diversity is a good thing, and so it actually makes the population stronger as a whole.